Hi Creative, Serena here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's getting to be spring soon, it's end of February, and I am looking forward to doing some plein air sketching. I've done a little bit of it last year, but I really want to get into it at different locations. I'd like to travel about and do some urban scenes. There's some nice little townhouses near me that are not too old, but not quite Victorian, but they have some interesting architectural aspects to them. And I'd like to do some different experimenting. So I got a hold of a couple of sketchbooks that were recommended, and I'd like to do a review for you so you can see the difference, and maybe you're thinking of the same kind of thing this spring. Maybe this will help you if you're kind of on the fence, not knowing what to get. Maybe this will guide you. Okay, so I have the Pentalic Aqua Journal, and this is specifically for watercolor. I've also got the Zeta series Stillman Birn Sketchbook. Now, both have benefits to them that I like. Both have nice qualities, and both were recommended, so I thought I would try both. Let's take a look. First, I've got the watercolor journal, which I already opened. I took it out of the plastic and so forth. It's got 48 pages. It's 5 by 8. And it's all cotton, which is hard to find. I love that it's all cotton. It's 140 pound, 300 GSM. The texture, it's got a little bit of a texture. I don't know if you can see that. It's textured on both sides, same texture. I like that. The format, I wish it was a little less landscape, a little more square. I love the square formats. There's something just so nice about them. But this paper has a wonderful feel, and I don't doubt that it will not bleed. There's nothing about it that makes me think it'll bleed through to the other end. So I'm thinking I can use both of them. It's got a nice little holder here for a pen, or if you have a travel brush that folds up and you won't get the end of it, the bristles damaged, you can kind of slide that in there, which makes it great for taking it with you. You know, it's a small enough size you could kind of fit it into any bag, knapsack, backpack, purse, and keep it with you. You know, if you get one of those little palettes and a little pan that you can put water in, you're really good to go no matter where you are. It does have a rather long ribbon, marking ribbon, place marker. I don't quite know why it's so long, but it is. I might cut that down a little bit so it doesn't kind of get caught and pull out of the binding there. And this also has a nice little flap in the back, which a lot of these do, in case you want to put some things in there, you know, some mementos or something you'd like to draw later if you pick up an interesting leaf or, you know, I don't know, a ticket or something, train ticket or something you want to put in there and draw later in your drawings. But it's a very nice feel, vegan cover. So I'm really looking forward to using this one. Now the other book I got, and this is a cold press, so it does have a little texture. It's not a terrible, you know, rough texture. It's kind of smooth, but it does have that watercolor texture, which I do like. Now the other one I got was a Stillman Birn, and I have people on YouTube swearing by this. A lot of people have used it for mixed media, and it is touted as a mixed media multi-technique, dry and wet media, watercolor, ink techniques, sketches, and so forth. So I'm looking forward to using this one as well. And I thought, since some of the other sketchbooks I have are all cold pressed, so they have a texture, I thought I would get something different that would lend itself more to ink, to pen and ink. I'll also use some washes on it, watercolor washes, so that's why I wanted a thick paper, a mixed media type paper. I really wanted a watercolor paper, but it comes in mixed media, and I see a lot of people use watercolor on it, so I'm going with this for that reason. It is 270 GSM, 26 sheets, it's acid free, and it's a smooth surface, as I said. what I love about it is it's 7.5 inch by 7.5 inch, or 19 by 19 centimeters. Look at that beautiful size. It's just enough to get a nice frame for whatever you're drawing. You don't have to sit there and do these little tiny little drawings. You've got a nice space to work with, but at the same time it's not so big and bulky that you can't take it with you. You know, you can still fit it in a backpack, maybe not a purse, but you can fit it in a backpack. This again is the Zeta series. I was a little surprised at the texture of the paper. Yes, it's smooth, but I was kind of expecting maybe more of a smooth watercolor type paper, kind of like a St. Cuthbert's Mill type of paper. And it really is slick. It's not shiny. It almost is. It's to the point where it's almost shiny. It's so slick. But it feels more like Bristol. And for that reason, it kind of is a little disappointing for my needs as a watercolor paper. Now, I haven't tried it in all fairness, so I can't really say. I don't want to downplay the pages, the book, because it may turn out to be a very pleasant surprise for me. But I am kind of surprised that it feels a little like Bristol. It is thick. It's quite thick. I'm thinking it might show through a little bit, but we'll see. We have to see. The binding on this is a little bit questionable. I did find a spot or two where I was trying to break it in a little bit, and I did put in I did publish a new YouTube video on breaking in a sketchbook without ruining your binding, so I'll kind of link it above so that you can refer to that if you want to. But I did find some spots where it would not spread completely. If you can see that, I'm hoping you can. It's not, see how this is all the way to the end? This is kind of glued there, and it's like, almost like you have to pull it apart and the glue will make that ugly spot there. So I'm not really thrilled about the quality of that. The quality of the binding, we'll have to see how it goes as I use it. I don't necessarily feel that the pages will fall out. It doesn't feel flimsy, but I have a problem with that right there, that it's just not, the detail is just not seen to properly in the process of making the book. The other thing is, I've never tried a soft cover sketchbook. I thought I would try it, but even though it is a nice feeling, you know, vegan cover here, there's something about having a soft cover that seems rather cheap. It doesn't really seem like it will protect my work. Like, it could bend back if I shoved it in something the wrong way or not very carefully. The other thing is, it doesn't have a strap on it. Like most books, like the Pentalic Aqua has a strap, which I failed to mention earlier. Sorry about that. It's got a nice little strap here, and although, you know, we all know once we use these for a while, sometimes they stretch out, but it does keep your work in place, at least on the one side, and you can use it as a place marker as well. Now, this one doesn't have it. The Stillman Birn doesn't have that. It also doesn't have the pocket in the back. So, for those reasons, I mean, it's missing a ribbon marker. It's missing a pocket in the back, which is kind of handy. It has kind of a cover that's so-so. I guess it's average for a soft cover book. And those little glitches I'm seeing in my breaking in process, where the binding is the pages are glued together too far in, and you can't really lay it flat without cracking that glue apart. For those reasons, it seems like a little less of a quality book for the money. I paid a little bit more for this one than this. It was just a few dollars more. And I thought, well, the size is a really nice size. I am looking forward to trying it. You know, I don't want to say that it's a terrible book. It might be really fantastic for mixed media. I could see that. Right now I could really see the pages are nice and thick. You could put all kinds of layers on here, glue, gesso, acrylic paints over and over again, and it would just hold up to the worst wear and scraping you could give it. So for that reason, you know, I can see how a lot of people do like this. For watercolor, for my purposes, it might be great for pen and ink. I don't know how it's going to take the watercolor, but I thought I would just give you these two notebooks or these two sketchbooks as a comparison and help you maybe make up your mind if you are thinking about sketchbooks for this spring for some plein air work or for some other projects that you might be thinking about. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. I look forward to maybe doing some more videos in the future. They may not be weekly, of course, but as I come up with different topics, I'll certainly slip them in when I can. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time.